connection to brand building.
Yeah.
Talk about what you've learned just as a way to set up our overall conversation.
One of the really interesting things that I've found is that most CIOs that want to benchmark where they are now versus where they were a few years ago is you'll look at the amount of money that you're spending on IT as a percentage of the overall revenue. Mm-hmm. And I think traditionally everyone's under enormous pressure to reduce that percentage. And if you really just control the IT spend, then all you can really do is shrink that number to move that percentage. And then if you do that successfully, you become the head of the amazing shrinking department.
Right.
It's much more fun to move out from being a cost center and actually get into building the revenue side, because obviously if you get your revenue bigger, you can reduce that percentage that way. And clearly the fastest route to being able to build that revenue is to really improve the customer experience. And I was really delighted that Richard on the last panel said that HSBC's brand is worth $11 to $12 billion. So you can see there's an awful lot of interest in making sure not just that you build that, but I think that the real sweet spot for CIOs as they integrate with marketing people is not just to build it, but to be a great assistant should the brand come under attack. Because if you look at the basics of how you protect a brand when it is in trouble, essentially they come down to speed of operation and how quickly you can get the story out about what's happening to the brand and what you as a company are doing to fix it. How you can get that out to your customers faster than the media who are speculating like mad and putting in news stories like that. And in all the work that I've done over the years with big brands that are getting ready for a crisis, what's really worked well for them is when the CIO has been involved right at the beginning, that can say, look, these are the systems and processes that we will use to get that message out very, very quickly. Mm-hmm. But also, these are the things that we're going to safeguard against that will stop the little trip-ups that happen in managing a crisis. You know, you have a crisis room. I was talking to the head of comms for Hertfordshire Police, who said he got 3,000 media calls in 2 days through the Buncefield fire up there. Have you got sufficiently robust telephone systems to make sure that you can field all of those calls? Sarbanes-Oxley is ensuring that you have to hold a lot of data about your customers. Well, are you using that really effectively when a crisis hits to make sure that you get out to them quickly and reassure them? And the CIO has a phenomenal opportunity to do a great job in terms of protecting that $11 or $12 billion brand. The problem is that making a business case to go and spend money on that is very difficult, because success usually means nothing happened today. And often the marketing guy is going to have a better roll through of getting the money from the board, because you've got some tangible results to that.
Right, right.
So the best tip I could give is to, as you're a CIO looking at how you can protect or help the brand, work with some of the other departments that are spending money to measure things like customer satisfaction, and then see what sort of a robust link you can get between the work you're doing on IT and the work they're doing on brand building. Okay. And you'll become a hero rather than just a cost center.
Or a goat, right. Well, and I want to talk about measurement and all that. But Ben, at Whitbread's various brands, with crises, you may not know a crisis. A crisis might be an overcooked hamburger, or a